Namaste. Let's start today's story. Before that, like and subscribe to my channel Sugandha Storytelling if not yet done. So let's start. घणे खम्मा सा राम राम सा सावन को महीनो है कावड़ वाचन करा ना गणेश भगवान की जय नकर लोका की जय बोलो नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर. So once upon a time, long ago, Shiv and Parvati, they were sitting together, and Parvati, she expressed her wish that she wants to learn Brahma Gyan, that is knowledge of universe. And Shiv told her that this knowledge, this particular knowledge, it needs lot of concentration, lot of patience. And he asked Parvati that can you wait for a few more years? And Parvati was very persistent and Shiv had to listen. So Shiv, he agreed to give her the knowledge, but again warned her that this particular knowledge will need lot of concentration. So was she ready? Parvati told she was ready. So Shiv started giving her knowledge, but it was like a huge pot of knowledge. So it took days, months and few years. It just so happened that after sitting for so long, Parvati lost her concentration just for a moment and she started feeling sleepy. Her eyes closed. When Shiva noticed this, he became very angry because he had already warned her that this knowledge, particular knowledge, needed lot of concentration and she had to be attentive. So Shiva became very angry and he wished that I wish that you would be born as human in a fisherman family. Why fisherman family? When fishermen go for fishing, they need lot of concentration, lot of patience. Have you all seen people fishing? So that is what he wished that. And as soon he wished this, Parvati, she disappeared from the scene and she was transferred to earth. She was born as a child on earth. This whole thing, Shiva's Vahan, Nandi, he was noticing everything and he felt bad for Shiva. As I told, Parvati, she was born in a fisherman family and as a baby girl. And this fisherman family, this clan was known as Parvas and they named this child as Parvati. Parvati grew in this family and then she also learned the skills of fishing. Now let's move to next part. This small girl Parvati turned into a beautiful girl, a young woman, and she also started helping her father, helping all the families, fishermen families. She started going for fishing, tying their nets, everything. And meanwhile, on Kailash, Shiv, he was feeling so lonely. He was missing Parvati so much. And when Nandi was watching all this, he felt very bad for his master. So he made a plan. He took a form of a wild, huge shark. And what he did, he went in the waters where this fisherman clan used to fish and he started damaging their nets, he started damaging their boats, he started creating a havoc. And these families, they started worshipping Mahadev, Shiv. And they worship that Mahadev, can you send someone to help us? And Parvati's father, he actually prayed that whoever comes and helps us with this shark, whoever catches this shark, I will get my daughter married to him. And what did Shiva do? Shiva took a form of a fisherman. And what did he do? He went in the water, he caught the shark, grabbed him and then helped all the families there. The families were so happy, they felt so blessed that because they had worshipped Shiva and Shiva had blessed them in some form. And finally, Parvati's father, he kept his word and he got Shiva and Parvati married. So here we see he got them married and finally Shiv and Parvati, they were united. So let's again say Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadev Hara. So I tried this prototype of Kavad. How was it? This style of storytelling where we open so many doors of wonders is called Kavad Katha, and this art is very prevalent in Rajasthan. Kavad is the word used for doors. Kavad Bachna, an oral tradition, is still alive in Rajasthan, where stories from the epics of Mahabharata and Ramayana are told along with the stories from the Purans, family genealogies and stories from the folk tradition. The experience is audio-visual, as the telling is accompanied by taking the listener on a visual journey made possible by the Kavad temple. Against the backdrop of storytelling, it invokes the notion of a sacred space and provides an identity to all concerned with its making, telling and listening. The Kavad is a portable wooden temple that has visual narratives on its multiple panels that are hinged together. These panels open and close like doors of temple. The visuals are those of gods, goddesses, saints, local heroes, etc. Making the model out of cardboard was not so easy for me. I had to sequence the pictures as each door opened, which needed arranging and rearranging the pictures few times. Now imagine having multiple stories with multiple scenes to be narrated. How much hard work it would be. These temples are traditionally made by Sutar community in Mewar, and the storytellers, those are called Kavadiya Bhats, and from Marwar, who bring it to his patron's house in Rajasthan. This portable temple comes to the devotee rather than the devotee going to the temple. The Kavadiya Bhat periodically brings the Katha temple to his patron's house or Yajman, or as they called it, Jajman, their house, to recite his genealogy and to sing praises of his ancestors. The Kavadiyas, or these storytellers, and their Jajmans consider the Kavad as a sacred temple which demands certain rituals to be followed, listening to genealogies, epic stories and making donations. The listeners actually do pranam or namaskar to this Kavad box or temple. Such is the amazing culture where we see divinity in the art of storytelling too. Imagine the weight of these temples with so many Kavads or doors, and how many such Kavads one storytelling might be owning. I am guessing not many, and how many times they would tell same stories and how much they would earn. It is believed that listening to stories purifies the soul and reserves a place of entry for a devotee in heaven. A synergy exists between the maker, the storyteller, his patron, which has kept the tradition alive. The Sutar community, it prides itself for being the preservers of the Kavad, making craft for generations since no one else outside Bassi makes it. Bassi is a place in Rajasthan. Hats off to these people to take so much of effort so our tradition, our culture stays alive for generations. Other storytelling style in Rajasthan is singing Phad, and the storytellers are called Bhopa and Bhopi. Again, Phad is sung when Jajmans invite them. There is this very different thing with Phad. That is, apart from regular entertainment, when there is a misfortune or if someone is sick in the family, Bhopa Bhopi are invited to sing Phad. It is believed that singing Phad has divine powers to clear the atmosphere. A huge colorful cloth is hung as a backdrop, which has the stories painted on it. Bhopa sings the musical Phad whole night till morning, also called Rajjaga. They also play something called Sarangi. We haven't heard much about these storytelling traditions, right? These storytellers are suffering economically too, as the digital world has developed so much. These traditions are vanishing slowly. Let's learn, talk and spread the word about these amazing storytelling styles, revive them and help these storytellers who have worked hard to keep our culture alive. For more, stay tuned. But also like and subscribe my channel Sugandha Storytelling and spread the word. Namaste. Dhanyavad.